Just checking the wind direction, but I got a feeling that is coming my way. Boy, will I be grateful if it really is. I can hear rumbles. And the wind direction, I think, is coming from there, which is unusual because that's normally where it's going to. This may be it. We may finally get some rain. I'll update later. Oh, at last. Now the question is, of course, how much? That's what I call steady, good rain. It hasn't got hail in it, it's not beating everything to pieces. But I need 2 or 3 days of that, not half an hour. Still, at least we got some. It looks really bright and cheery out there. But that's where it's going. Where it's coming from is out the front where, got some more rumbles, where I filmed earlier. It's already easing off. I just don't know. I don't think we're going to get much. You know, if that was it, that's pathetic. It hasn't even made any puddles. Oh well, we can only wait and see. The forecast does show heavy rain in this area in the not too distant future. Today it's supposed to be possible showers, potentially heavy, but hit and miss, whatever that's supposed to mean. Still, they didn't water out here today. That won't water things. That's just going to touch the surface. But if it carries on all afternoon, it will. So we shall see. Oh, it's getting heavier now. We shall see. I mean, some of the country has had torrential rain. You know, 2 months worth in an hour. Floods. People getting washed down the street, floating away in their cars. It's not funny actually, but it's funny to watch. It's not funny if you're sat in the car at the time. It amazed me actually. I saw a car actually getting carried away in flood water. And the guy was desperately trying to steer the car with the steering wheel. I just burst. Can't cope with that sort of thing. But you can imagine the panic. You know, at one point your steering wheel was turning wheels on tarmac and suddenly you're a boat and the steering wheel's of no use whatsoever. And yet you still turn it, thinking your car's going to turn. Oh dear. Still, some people have now had too much, and some people have still had nowhere near enough. At least I've got some. I haven't heard this sound, and the smells. When you've got everything is bone dry, you know, the grass out in the park, the other side of my hedge down there, that's a little grassy area out there. It's brown. There's not a patch of green out there. It's gone. Yeah. So it's good to see some rain and hear these sounds again. We don't want weeks and weeks and weeks of it, but some is good. Something like this for a few hours. Not necessarily every day, but you know, a little bit more frequently than we've had in the past. So yeah, I think we'll call this a reasonable amount. And as I said, it depends how long it goes on for. If this, like this, goes on for a couple of hours, that will have fulfilled its purpose and sunk down into the ground enough to hydrate roots deeper down. Because if it stops soon, it'll just have touched the surface. Still, at least we've got some. I don't know where my cat's cleared off to. At the first sound of thunder, Fluffy Cat, who was asleep under the bonsai, would have bolted. Where he goes, I don't know. But when we get weather like this, he runs away. And I don't know where he goes. But he doesn't come home absolutely soaking wet. Now, Elvis was actually asleep down there by the hose pipe in the shade, and he's obviously not there now. He may have come in. He may have run away as well. They're not used to this, and nor am I. That's good stuff. That's good rain, without beating everything to pieces. So, good stuff. We'll have some of that. Oh, and I'll add it on the end of this. For those of you who've stayed till the end, given it was only a couple of minutes long, I would hope you have. Today is Thursday, and I should be doing the questions and answers, and I'm not. I'm going to do them tomorrow, so they're going to be a day late. That's just the way it goes. I've got a lot of things going on here to do with emails and stuff, and doing documents, writing stuff, which I'm not very good at. I can chat all day long, but writing it down is not very easy for me. So tomorrow will be Q's and A's on Friday, not Thursday as normal. Oh, this is good stuff. I'm so pleased. I could almost walk out in it, but certainly not with the camera. Something tells me the gutters are blocked up there. Well, I can't get up there to do anything about it. And talking of floating away cars, it's been raining 10 minutes, and look at the depth of the water in the road. I hope my car doesn't float away. At least I'm not in it. But yeah, when everything is so dry, I mean, the colour of that grass is just brown. And at least the council have had the sense not to cut it short, because if you leave it long, it helps shade the roots. If you cut it down, then you've had it basically. It'll just frazzle the roots. So, oh, some more rumbles. Just, I haven't seen any lightning yet. I love lightning. So, there. I think there's somebody out there getting really wet. Oh dear. See now, unloading the car, I'd have waited. I wouldn't have got soaking wet. I'd have waited and come back out later. But yeah, that water's building up on the roadside. The drain that it goes down, that I can't film because it's right round the corner, is in a dip, so the water comes at it from both sides. It now has a whirlpool above it and is completely covered, in which case where it's supposed to be draining away is now filling up. So, all good fun. But yeah, I think it'll be full of moss, I expect, being on the shady side of the house. This is facing north now, we're looking north, or northeast basically. So yeah, but yeah. So all that brown out there, if we get some shady weather without the bright sun, we'll be green in a week and we'll be back to normal. All good stuff. That's better. This area here is my gauge, because underneath that bit of paving is some big rumbles. Good stuff. Where's the lightning? I haven't had any yet. But that's my gauge as to how much rain we actually get, because it's got nowhere to go, so it puddles. So we've now got a good centimetre of water. So that level of water is what's gone on the garden. So that's not bad, even though it did come down quite quickly. Ah, that smell. When the rain comes after a long dry spell, there's a lovely freshness to it. You'd think I'd never seen rain before, wouldn't you? It's like when you first get snow and you haven't had any for 10 years. Still, we needed this badly.